our life. And we're not going to let anything stop us.
Yes,
this was the man like Columbus to us at the time.
Yes, you did.
I'm so proud to introduce America's Mayor, Rudy Guliani.
Rudy. Yeah. There he is. In the flesh.
We love you on Fox and your YouTube videos all day long.
Yeah, you like my podcast?
Yeah. Make New York great again.
What?
Make New York great again.
Please.
Let's get America straightened out, and then next year we'll get New York straightened out.
Hopefully, please help us.
We'll have a real governor who respects constitutional rights. Doesn't have that kind of dictator streak that a lot of these Democrats are showing. You know? They really are showing that dictator. My governor, he doesn't like the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church doesn't like him either. But, so I'm here because, wow, I don't think I've ever seen an election as important as this to the future of our country. Don't think anybody's exaggerating if we say, if we blow it, what we hold dear and important in this country could all be gone. And there's actually a guy behind it who's doing great damage to the city. Behind a lot of this. George Soros. Just going to tell you who George Soros is. George Soros is a very, very disturbed man. He is very, very wealthy. He spent a lot of time in Eastern Europe corrupting the governments there. And about 5 or 6 years ago, he decided he was going to put his own district attorneys in all around the country. Now, why would anybody really care who the district attorney is in Philadelphia, or San Francisco, or St. Louis, or Chicago, or because he was also allied with the Black Lives Matter movement and Antifa. Do you know when you make a donation, it goes into a common fund, and it's either given to Black Lives Matter, Antifa, or the Democratic Party, or Joe Biden? You know, like this. This is where the ideas come from. The ideas like, well, they don't like a nuclear family. You know, nuclear family. I don't know. Nuclear mother and a father. They think the father is useless, and the mother should get out to work after 2 years. So everybody has to give the baby to the state. Now, who does that? So, I don't know. Stalin did that. Hitler did that. You know, the Palestinians do it. Train people to kill Jews. That the dictators do that, so they can brainwash people. This is nuts. They want to do away with the Second Amendment. No right to bear arms. They really want to do away with the right of freedom of religion. And look, it went so far. This I call it the CCP virus, Chinese Communist Party virus. This virus is an excuse for them to crack down on the things they don't like churches. So they open businesses a little bit. They have 10,000 people march, spit in each other's face.
The virus is smart.
Kill police! Kill police! Pigs in a blanket! Fry them like bacon! Every single Black Lives Matter rally has that. So don't get fooled by it. Black Lives Matter equals kill cops. Kill cops. And it's founded by people who kill cops. Susan Rosenberg, who Clinton let out of jail. 89-year sentence. They let her out in 16 years. So she could train Black Lives Matter into how to kill cops, which is what she did when she was young. Another guy was the financier for the Black Revolutionary Army. They also killed cops. It's a horrible situation. Biden, I don't even think he knows half of what's going on.
Poor guy.
He slept all winter in his basement. Right?
Hey, Rudy and Phil, you say he's
I
head
was
from a hole in
listening
the
carefully to
ground.
your Pledge of Allegiance. I just think the president next debate should say, let's start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Yeah.
pledge allegiance to the United States. And God. Right?
The thing.
That thing.
You know, the thing.
You know. Come on, man.
We the people of the United States, in order to, you know, the thing.
There you go.
How could this be
Yeah,
happening?
by the thing.
You know what's wrong with them, right? You have any experience with dementia? You don't see it.
See it every day.
Still doesn't give him a pass, we can still not like him.
I want to thank my sister.
Ah, yeah.
They switched them on me. No joke. You look right in the damn face. And you didn't recognize him. Switch him. You look right in the face. He said, my sister. It'd be great to go see Putin.
Good.
Very nice to meet you, Joe Stalin. Oh, I remember when Franklin Roosevelt used to give chats on the television. Joe, there was no television. No television when
Record player.
no television, Joe. Man, we got a president that in the first 3 years in office surprised the world, right?
Yes, he
Whether you
did.
voted for him or you didn't, nobody expected he's going to be that good. I know him for 30 years. I knew he was going to be good. I knew he was going to win 4 months before he won. But I knew he was going to win. You know why? He had then what he has now. He had more enthusiasm than his opponent.
Yeah.
That enthusiasm doesn't get measured in polls.
Right.
The person is sitting at home, they ask him, who are you going to vote for? I'm voting for Biden. Who are you going to vote for? I'm voting for Trump. Who are you voting for? Biden. Because you're scared. Nobody beats you up if you vote for Biden. Literally, people get beaten up with Trump signs.
Yep, that's
They
right.
get beaten up. They get taken out of cars, they get kicked around, they get beaten up.
Yep.
So there's a hidden vote. But more important than the hidden vote, the person who says they're going to vote for Trump is damn well going to vote for him. Our enthusiasm margin is 20%.
That's right.
I mean, there wouldn't be 2,000 people that stood online for Biden. 20,000 stand online
That's
for
right.
Trump. People who stand online for you, I told them this in June of 2016. When 20,000 people stand online for you, it sure thought they'll vote for you. We don't have to worry about it. We're behind by 5, we're up by 3. Same thing now. And the enthusiasm now may be better. Maybe bigger. Because I think people may be more frightened now, even than they were of Hillary. And it isn't because Hillary was more frightening than Joe.
Yeah.
Joe looks like Joe's a big crook. Don't get me wrong.
He's number one.
He's a slimy, crooked politician. But he comes across like a nice
Nice
old
guy.
man. He's a nice old. He's a Catholic. I'm a Catholic. He just likes killing little babies about 2 days before they're born. He's okay with it. He's okay with abortion. Not Clinton used to say it should be safe and rare and something like it shouldn't happen a lot. He believes in it anytime you want, right up to the last day.
Yep.
He even agrees with his boss, Obama, who voted for this, which I think turned me off to Obama completely. Obama voted that if there's an abortion and the child somehow lives, well, what do? According to Illinois law, you just leave the baby there.
Oh,
Disgusting. Sick.
it's terrible.
If I were the district attorney, I'd prosecute for murder.
People are sick.
Murder. And the governor of Virginia, who's in that crazy party, said that, well, if the mother is not like, really not thinking and not, she should have a little period of time with a doctor to decide what she wants to do with the newborn baby. You know, what she's going to do is take care of him. And this is they've gone. The party has gone crazy.
That's
They've
right.
gone off the left cliff, and they're in some other place. And you know what? I don't know why I think that happens. I think it happens because they've let hatred take over their soul. They don't just oppose Trump. They hate him.
That's right.
And the only reason they hate him is the first one really stands up to them.
Yep.
I love Ronald Reagan. First of all, they didn't challenge Ronald Reagan that hard. And Reagan would make a few little compromises with him. Bush compromised with him a lot. And he also would sort of placate the Post and the Times, because if you don't do what they say, because they really think they should be running the government. New York Times, Washington Post, all those commentators, he basically says what he thinks of it. They have very bad ideas. New York Times shouldn't run our government. They can't run the New York Times. The darn thing is losing money. He has respect for people who make money, who are efficient, people who don't. Shouldn't be giving other people opinions. So he stands up to them. He doesn't let them bully him. He doesn't let them bully him on China. They all get bullied on China because they all make a lot of money in China. They sell us out to China. The big corporations sell us out to China because they see that big giant market and they say, we can make more money in China than in the US. They forget they're Americans. I'm going to tell you why Joe Biden sells us out in China. Way back in 2015, the Chinese had gone up into the Sakhalin Islands, put military there. They never had military there. Japan claims it, China claims it. They put military there. Japan's not allowed to have a military. We have to defend Japan. After the war, we never wanted them to militarize again. I think maybe we should rethink that, but that's another story. All of a sudden, Obama says, Joe, my great Joe, who's never been right on a foreign policy matter ever, Defense Secretary.
Nice.
Joe, I want you to go to China, and I want you to get the Chinese out of the Sakhalin Islands. He said, Sakhalin Islands? Where they make the saccharin for? No, Joe, Sakhalin. Look, Joe, you don't have to know the name. You just say the island. You don't have to know. And what do I have to do? You have to get them out. Oh, I've got to get the Chinese out. Okay. So he gets on Air Force Two, and he takes Hunter Biden.
Where's Hunter?
Hunter was in a drug rehabilitation center. He took him out. No, he took him out, rubbed him off. He didn't search him really carefully because there are pictures of Hunter all over the world smoking crack. You don't think the Chinese had him?
Right, you got everything.
Hunter Biden doing all kinds of crazy stuff. You don't think they're gonna squeeze Joe with that? If they're not, we shouldn't worry about the Chinese.
Yep.
They don't know how to play the game. So he goes over with Hunter. He negotiates for 8 days with the Chinese government. You know the result, they put more troops in the Sakhalin Islands. He has never won a negotiation, ever. Ever. Hunter, however, 8 days later, gets a letter from the Bank of China giving his private equity firm a $1 billion commitment. The Bank of China is owned by the Chinese government. So the son of our vice president is a partner with the Chinese Communist government. And you don't even know about it.
We didn't know about it until recently.
The Obama administration covered it up. The press covered it up. And that's pretty close to treason.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Partner with the Chinese Communist government.
Really?
There are 4 more partnerships like that you don't know about. 4 more. There's a contract for $10 million a month for the kid, for Biden's brother, for Biden's sister-in-law. That was over 2 years ago. So they want to, set up Biden so they own him completely. This is stuff that happens because the press has a double standard. And the Democrats get away with murder. I mean, they can do anything. Republican files his taxes 1 day late, and they raid his home. They scare his kids, and they want him to cooperate and say that Trump was colluding with Russia. And now it turns out that Trump wasn't colluding with Russia. Hillary Clinton was colluding.
Yeah.
So we got to straighten this out. There's only one way we're going to do it. It's at the ballot box. You've got to get the American people to the ballot box. We got to win. We got to win so big that they can't cheat. And we got to win so big for our country. And I'll tell you why. I'm talking about the top of the Democratic Party. I'm not talking about all those good people that are Democrats. Democrats are, as a group, are as good as we are. Some may be better, some worse. They have a slightly different idea about taxes. They have different ideas about big government. They're not thieves any more than They're regular people. Used to be that, I mean, I ran a city, 45 Democrats in the city council, and 6 Republicans. So I had to get along with Democrats. They weren't all nice. There were enough nice ones that we got along. And we could figure out let's just all calm down, what's good for the city. They would never have defunded the police. Never. Even the crazy left-wing ones would have thought of that. You know, I mean, in those days, the crazy left-wingers would not have thought of doing that. Things have gone really, really bad. The only way we're going to correct it is big defeat for the Democrats. When you get a big defeat, everybody that's the architect of it is gone, and new people can take over. And maybe they can base it on, we've got fundamental values we agree on, but we're going to disagree on. They want bigger government, we like smaller government. Right? We like a strong military, they like more diplomacy. That's a worthwhile debate to have. Not defund the police.
No.
Not letting Black Lives Matter run your agenda.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Not having George Soros put DAs in 20 places. You know, the DA with that Jesse Smollett case, that's a Soros DA.
Yep.
The DA in St. Louis who prosecuted the McCluskeys, who was standing in front of their house while 700 Black Lives Matter people are yelling at them, we want to rape your wife, we want to rape your wife. We want this for reparations. This is #1 for reparations. Biggest house here, reparations. Then I can't repeat the other stuff. I interviewed them and I have the tapes. Meanwhile, nobody knows this. At the time, but their daughter was upstairs under the bed.
Oh, God.
Because he was afraid they're going to come in and they're talking about rape. They're going to rape the wife, they're going to find the daughter. And the man never, he stood there like this with the gun.
They didn't squeeze.
He stood there and defended himself. He never threatened them, he defended himself. And this DA, again, a Soros DA, who turns down 60% of the cases the cops bring to the DA's office. 60%. Crime is up in St. Louis like it is in Philadelphia. You have over 400 murders already this year. My city is 9 times the size of your city, and we have 340 murders. Just go figure out the per capita there. I mean, this is a murder field. It's not your cops.
It's DA. Larry.
You have a DA who should be in jail.
Larry. Yeah! Impeach Larry Krasner. And the crowd goes wild.
Also, this whole thing about the Chinese Communist virus.
Yeah.
The president did everything you humanly could do.
Yes, you did.
And he did more than any president, faster than any president could ever have done.
That's right.
Yes.
We didn't know a damn thing about this last year at this time. We didn't know anything at the beginning of the year. We didn't know anything until mid to late January. Since late January until now. We weren't supposed to have masks. We now have more masks than we need. We weren't supposed to have ventilators. We have more ventilators than we need. We weren't supposed to have enough hospital beds. We have more hospital beds than we need. And I'm going to tell you, if they keep it up, they're going to go after that Cuomo so hard.
He should go to jail.
It was putting elderly people back in nursing homes
Yep.
with no special preparations.
Right.
It said the CDC said to put them back. Yeah, it did, jackass, except after it said to make special arrangements in the nursing home so you can segregate the people. He wasn't segregating them. Now here's why it's a sin. We had 1,000 beds in the Hudson River
Right?
on the USS Mercer.
Yep.
It's a ship that I used in 9/11. When the president gave it to us, I called him and I said, this is a great ship. I took care of about 800 people on that ship. They're like really good doctors. It's a hospital. It's as good as a first-class hospital. 30 people.
Really?
Not even.
90 altogether?
Not even.
I thought it was 30. But at any event, all those people that were being sent out to Brooklyn and Queens to the nursing homes, they could have been separated into units there. They were ready for that. What the heck did he send it there for? But there came a point where the Democratic Party made a choice. You might remember when it first started, Trump was ahead of all. If Biden had his way, people come in for China for another month and a half. That would be the 2 million that Fauci was talking about.
Yep.
All of a sudden, you see Newsom on television President Trump is doing a great job.
Yep.
You see Murphy from New Jersey. President Trump is doing Cuomo. Make everything I want. I'm
Yeah,
getting.
he's doing great.
Somebody in the Democratic Party
No,
had a
he's
call
not
and
good,
said, "You're reelected." You keep saying that you're reelected, and then all of a sudden we start with the fight. We start with he's not wearing a mask. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. He's not doing this. Hydroxychloroquine is going to kill people. I took one this morning. I was exposed 12 days ago, 4 negatives. My doctor makes me take hydroxychloroquine because he believes it's a prophylactic. Not only that, my doctor has treated 2,000 patients. 2 people died. One was 87, the other was 79.
Yeah.
Both of them had very serious diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them came to him too late. It's a great pill if you take it at the early stages. What they did with the president is think about this, they used an experimental medication on the president of the United States that didn't exist 4 months ago.
Wow.
Why does it exist? Because him. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't work
He
that fast.
took it.
Dr.
That's
Fauci was
amazing.
saying, "Oh, you'll have a vaccine 2 years from now."
We get rid of him. Really?
People do that when I was mayor. I said, we're going to have a big demonstration. Say, I need this and I need that and I need this. I'll get it for you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So when's the demonstration? Next week. I said, good. Get out. I say to the policeman, get me somebody else for that job. And tell him before he comes in, the answer to the mayor is yes. What if you can't do it? Well, then I'll just fire him. And I'll find the next guy who can do it. And that's the way Trump is.
Right.
This isn't a game. It's people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So he put the U.S. government on Trump time.
That's right.
And now we have at least 5 different therapeutics. People don't die of this disease anymore. Nope. Young people don't die at all. Right. Middle-aged people die very little. And even elderly people have only a 1% chance to die. When I had prostate cancer, I had a 10% chance to die. It's no longer what it was back in March, except the Democrats are acting like it's in March because they want to frighten people.
Yep.
So we got to win. We got to win. We got to make sure we win Pennsylvania. You know how important your state was last time? Just as important this time.
That's right.
And this is a great state for him. I always felt it. This is a state that loves hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You got a holiday for hunting. Biden's got that Beto O'Rourke all ready to come in and take all your guns away. The only good thing about Beto O'Rourke is I think he's so sweet. I think he's like an airhead. Just show him. See, this is not a gun. It's not a gun. He's going to take your guns away. Second Amendment gone. He's going to have abortion on demand to the very last minute.